if you want to know. So a lot of these sonnets are about growing up in Surrey, and growing up in Surrey under interesting conditions. I was raised by women mostly. Well, raised by women, a mother and 3 sisters. And this one is called Gender Studies. From a picture book of canines in tuxes waltzing with cats in gowns are generalized. Off the page, howls and hisses were true to the sidelong conflict between my mum and dad. I was a blonde hairball, coughed up, well behind a litter of sisters, each scratching at the door, each dreaming of sound-minded men who'd bite off no more of the world than could be chewed. After I found petting in an encyclopedia, I showed it to some gigglers in the playground. While many were losing parents or pets to the highway, Judy Blume and whatever else we could get our paws on stacked up like surrogates made of loose binding and spines. I grew up on religion. We went to church every Sunday, and sitcoms. And so a lot of these are combining prayers with sitcom theme songs. And this one I'll sing for you.
Boy, the way Glenn Miller played. I believe in Bunker Almighty. I also believe in Meathead, his only son-in-law, married to Gloria, who was conceived of Archie, who suffered under dingbat, was crucified dead and buried under snow when the cable conked out. He flushed the throne, came downstairs to watch more from his favorite chair. Thence he is to judge the good and the bad. I believe in all the family, the holy tube, the communion of channels, and the remission of reruns. His resurrection in another series called Archie Bunker's Place. And I don't know if you were a fan of either, but it was growing up in Surrey. I loved All in the Family, and I felt like, oh, okay, that's kind of, lower middle class, run down, horrible things happening. I love it. And yeah, but as I said, religion and TV, and religion was of the post-Mennonite variety. So my grandparents both on both sides came from Russia, and pacifism, of course, is the distinguishing feature of Mennonites. And so guns are forbidden at home. But I get a pirate's pistol at Disneyland. A yellow bag is wrapped around its handle for the flight. In the kitchen, my father sits behind a newspaper with Koreans charging the riot police. I watch the sitcom of Koreans as polite assistants to American GIs, cross-dressers, and doctors. In the pick-a-stick trails between houses, guns are abundant. At home, we wield the remote like a laser, fire the volume up for much music, scorpions in their cage. My sister takes me to their concert for my 10th birthday. My t-shirt of a man with a tattoo gun on a woman's thigh disappears in the wash. There's no protest. Conflict has been exiled. Our father is so much as microfiche. And what I love about poetry is just getting into someone else's point of view. And this next poem I wrote thinking about my mom and the difficulties she must have struggled with raising 4 kids and having a schizophrenic husband. And she worked at Kmart in Wally, called it Wally in those days. And this is called The History of Traffic. He tears up into a creature she doesn't understand. Her 10-year-old son lovelorn over some duckling of a girl, too young for unrequited, but in need of language to balm. No room for a yawn in her open mouth, even at the end of this flashing day at the jewelry counter at Kmart, where she's had to fend off a schizophrenic husband who hunches in like a specter around the corner of her lunch break to test the grounds of the restraining order. Her brothers were hit upside the head to set up Sense Inside, and they didn't cry, but whatever she says
she says slowly, waiting for security to come from somewhere, as her boy blubbers for a somebody, Anne. And